Okay, here I'm going to show you a really easy way to solder or just tin tips of wires. Take your soldering iron, clean it off on a sponge, put a little bit of solder on the iron, put that little solder that you put on the tip of the iron on the wire itself. It helps to conduct heat in it, and then just run you some solder into the wire. That's it. You're done. It's soldered. It's tinned. What you can do now, if you've got two soldered tips, one of the easiest ways to do it is just bend like a U shape like that in each one of the wires, and then hook them together like so, so that you make kind of like a chain link like that. And then if you come back with your soldering iron, clean it off again, put a little bit of solder on the tip, hold the solder in the joint, and just feed a little solder in the wire, let it cool off, and now you got joined wires. They're not going to come apart. You can put heat shrink right over the top of that. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to solder up those pesky bullet connectors that everybody seems to hate so much. What you do is take your iron, clean it off, put a little solder on there, and tin the tip of the wire. And get it on there. Looks like shaky hands. Clean the tip off, apply a little bit more solder to the iron tip, hold the iron tip onto the bullet connector, and if you'll notice that because it has solder already on the tip of the iron, the solder feeds into the bullet connector really quick. Grab your wire, make sure it's good and hot, stick the wire in there, take the heat off, let it cool up a little bit. It takes a little while to cool because those little connectors get, they got to get pretty hot. And once you've done that, you're done. Your bullet connector is soldered on there. And you can of course put heat shrink on it like you need to. But as you can see, if you look at the back side of it, it is completely soldered into that connector. And if you also noticed, I don't use flux. You can if you really want to.